Yo, this is the Houston Outlaws press conference. This is Muma, and I'm here with Linkser and Raucus. We're here to answer some of your questions after that Spitfire match.
I don't know. Talking to that side.
Linkser, I like to play Tracer when I play. Any tips for a beginner to competitive?
I think the main part when you're learning Tracer is to just focus on working with the blink cooldowns and recall cooldowns, and don't focus on the aim, focus on movement and ability usage first of all to like really master the hero, like build a solid foundation and then push it further.
Is Muma's Symmetra pick rate actually 100%?
I actually don't think so. I'm pretty sure there's like when it gets really intense, and I don't lock Symmetra right away. I lock the hero that I'm actually playing, because I'm just like yelling at my team like, hey, this is what we're doing. Let's get our heads in the game, and it's not over yet. And it's like I want to lock the Symmetra and walk around and spawn, but what? That's the answer, dude.
Okay.
I like that Symmetra and spawn, dude. What else do you say? What else do you answer to a meme?
What went into making the decision to keep Banny in the lineup for Oasis instead of bringing in Boink?
The decision was actually made to do that when we realized we weren't going to play Lucio anymore on Oasis. So that was like one of the things we thought about going into it. We play with Banny on like every payload, hybrid, and 2CP, and it just synergizes better that way. It's nothing to do with Boink's Mercy at all. It's just like we play more with that comp than Boink, with Banny rather, and we utilize Boink on other maps, and that's the gameplay we had going into it.
What are your thoughts about Boston going into your match on Saturday?
Want it?
Yeah, I'm not too worried actually. Spitfire was a harder version. They were a harder version of Boston, even though they lost to Boston. I feel like they've found a lot of like ways to win, and their momentum is like skyrocketing, but I feel like we crashed them down, and I feel like what we're doing right now, we're just going to, drag this on to the playoffs, and we're going to beat Boston.
I'm gonna add. I think Boston has the best dive in the league. I think they're really coordinated with it, and I think it's I think Striker's the best tracer in the league, and I think their dive's like really something to like worry about. But I also think us as a team, we're the best at like playing against dive, because Jake's just so good at jump cut and stuff. So I think that'll give us the edge.
All right, last one, then we're going to switch. How do you feel about the thickest meme?
I embrace it. I mean, there's actually not a problem with it at all for me. I think it's funny. It gives me a ton of publicity for some reason. People like it.
Tell us about your Twitch emote.
Oh, plus I made a nice Twitch emote. Like if you sub $4.99 a month on twitch.tv it's Raucus. I have it's Raucus B, which is a nice thick emote, and you'll like it. Here you go. Anything to add?
It's true.
Okay, cool. You guys want to switch?
All right.
Matt?
Oh.
I'm out.
Get Jake.
Yo, Jake.
Jake.
Hey.
Manny. Oh, we're doing Transformers? Yeah.
That's quick.
I thought about it.
Thank you. I get to sell my email. I'm like, for $4.99 you can sub to my channel. Twitch.tv.
Should have been a $9.99.
No,
Try to introduce us.
Excuse me, sir.
Are we live now?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a YouTube video rather than a stream.
Oh, gotcha. Hey, I'm Cool Matt and Jake and Banny. Hey, this is Cool Matt and this is Jake and this is Banny.
Question for Cool Matt. In most situations, you decide to save your self-destruct when you lose your mech. Is it more effective to save it when you lose your mech, or to use it for a possible huge play?
I think it's entirely dependent on the scenario. Like there's a lot of places where like the bombs are extra effective than others. So I have a lot of set bombs that I've been practicing too, and I usually try to go for those big plays when we have some kind of combo where they're in an area where I can bomb. Otherwise, being able to remech in a fight is like super powerful. It's double your HP pool, and like tanks are everything. So it's really a scenario thing. I'm definitely not perfect at it, so I'm still learning myself.
To Jake, how does it feel to have Linkser back in the lineup?
It feels good. I feel like me and Linkser. It feels good to have Linkser back in the lineup. I think me and Linkser have a lot of natural synergy on the DPS. I think
Junkrat and Widow, we've come to discover have really natural synergy, and those are both our two best heroes. So I think it's really fun to play with him. We have like a natural, synergy going on. So it's great to have him back in the lineup. We're able to play how we practiced and really just execute the strategies we want to execute.
What do you admire most in your teammates?
What I admire most in my teammates is like their dedication, because it also inspires me to be a better teammate and a better player, and that goes to our support staff too. Like when I see people working so hard, like I want to work harder, and so it's definitely the work ethic is what I admire the most.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. It's just like seeing your teammates work really hard to become better. Like it makes you want to work hard to become better as well. So like we're all pushing each other to our absolute limit, and like that's what makes us a really great team now.
Yeah, and just to echo that, it's to me, it's you can't succeed, you can't be at the highest level possible unless everybody on your team is pushing you to that highest level. Everybody is on that same path, from the support staff to players on the bench, just still giving 100%. It's impossible to justify doing anything else. You're like, I should be working right now, I should be practicing right now. And I think that we've really set the tone for that level of dedication and that level of work ethic. And I think that's because we know that there's no secrets. This isn't the way you beat Korea is not by, we cheese them or we figure out some smart strat. We just like figure out the puzzle. There's no puzzle. It's work harder than them, put in the time, put in the hours, and become a stronger team all around, not just, with one strat or something. We need to play to be the best team we can be, and we only get there by working hard.
Who do you think is your biggest competition at this point?
I think our biggest competition is Nixle. They play a very similar style. Like we learn a lot from them. I think they play it a little more disciplined than we do. So beating them is going to be our biggest hurdle.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. Nixle is, I think, by far the strongest team in the league right now. So we're going to be really gunning to beat them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Nixle is just the team that, you might think from watching their games, there's been a lot of close series. But I think overall, when we scrim against them, they're the one team that we're always learning from. We're always saying, oh, that's so smart that they play that way. Let's adapt that into our game style. And I think that when you recognize that about a team, that you're constantly learning from them, it's impossible not to respect them because, you know that they've figured out the game maybe a little better than you have. And it's really awesome to be able to practice against them and to continue leveling up our own game in that practice.
And last question, how are you guys going to celebrate tonight?
I'm going to celebrate by watching the Boston VODs and studying all night.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching our own VODs and trying to figure out how to improve on the maps that we were a little shaky on against London.
I think for me, no celebrations until we win the playoffs, man. Like we're going to just go back tomorrow, even tonight, I'm going to be playing ranked all night, practicing, working on my weakest heroes, working on my strongest hero. Just staying prepared. There's no celebrations at this point, really. All right, sure. So this has been the Houston Outlaws press conference. Yeah, this was Cool Matt, Banny, and Jake. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy all the other YouTube content we're making. Catch you next time.